daily horoscope analysis for Virgo. April 28, 2025, as the cosmic energies align on this spring Monday, Virgos find themselves at a fascinating crossroads of opportunity and introspection. Today's planetary positions offer you a unique window into your future path, while asking you to remain grounded in your methodical nature. Overall mood and energy. The day begins with the moon forming a harmonious trine to your ruling planet Mercury, bringing mental clarity that has been somewhat elusive over the past week. Your analytical abilities are heightened today, making it an excellent time for problem solving and detailed work. You'll notice your thoughts flowing more coherently, and communication feels more effortless than usual. This mental sharpness peaks in the mid-afternoon hours, so schedule your most demanding cognitive tasks during this window. There's a notable sense of restlessness accompanying this mental clarity, however. The sun in Taurus, activating your ninth house of expansion and higher learning, creates a yearning for something beyond your usual routines. You may find yourself researching future travel destinations, considering educational opportunities, or philosophizing about life's bigger questions. This expansive energy provides a welcome contrast to your typically practical focus. Love and relationships. Venus, positioned in Gemini, is illuminating your 10th house today, creating an interesting dynamic in your personal relationships. For Virgos in established partnerships, there's a blending of professional and personal energies that could be quite beneficial. Your partner may offer valuable insights about your career path or public image, and you'd be wise to listen attentively. Single Virgos might find romantic opportunities through professional connections or public events today. Someone you meet in a career-related context could spark unexpected interest. The key is to allow your naturally reserved demeanor to soften slightly, letting others see the warm, thoughtful person behind your professional facade. Communication in relationships takes on special importance today. With Mercury forming a subtle but significant aspect to Neptune, there's potential for miscommunication, particularly around emotional needs. Be especially clear about your expectations and take extra time to understand what others are trying to express. What seems obvious to you might be perceived quite differently by someone else. For those navigating relationship challenges, today offers a chance to break through long-standing patterns. The planetary alignment supports honest conversation about deep-seated issues, particularly those related to security needs and emotional boundaries. If approached with your natural Virgoan attention to detail and care, these discussions can lead to meaningful breakthroughs. Career and work. Your professional life receives significant cosmic attention today. Mars in Cáncer, activating your 11th house of networks and community, creates dynamic energy around collaborative projects. You may find yourself taking a leadership role in group endeavors, even if that's not your typical position. Your ability to organize chaos and bring methodical approaches to complex problems makes you particularly valuable in team settings today. A subtle square between Saturn and your ruling planet Mercury suggests some tension between your desire for perfection and external time constraints. You may need to practice the art of good enough today, rather than pursuing absolute perfection in every task. Remember that your standards are often higher than anyone else's expectations. For Virgos considering a career change or professional advancement, today's planetary alignments offer supportive energy for research and planning, though not necessarily for taking immediate action. The current cosmic climate favors thorough preparation rather than spontaneous moves. Use this day to gather information, update your credentials, or have preliminary conversations with mentors or contacts who might help you navigate future transitions. Work relationships may require extra attention today. A colleague whose working style differs dramatically from your methodical approach might cause friction. Rather than focusing on these differences, try to identify the complementary strengths you each bring to the table. Health and wellness. With the moon in aspect to Uranus today, your nervous system may be more sensitive than usual. For Virgos, who tend toward anxiety when stressed, This means paying special attention to practices that calm and center you. Consider starting your day with mindfulness meditation, even if just for 5 minutes, to set a grounded tone. Digestive health, always a focus area for Virgos ruled by Mercury, needs extra attention today. The current planetary positions suggest your digestive system might be more reactive than usual to stress or poor dietary choices. Emphasize easily digested foods, stay hydrated, and consider incorporating digestive herbs like ginger or peppermint into your meals. Physical activity that engages both mind and body would be particularly beneficial today. The mental Mercury-physical Mars connection suggests practices like yoga, Pilates, or Tai Chi might bring greater benefit than purely physical exercise. The mindful movement helps integrate the day's heightened mental energy while preventing it from becoming anxious overthinking. Sleep quality may be affected by today's stimulating mental energy. Consider implementing a technology curfew at least an hour before bedtime, and perhaps engage in gentle stretching or breathing exercises to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Financial outlook. Financial matters take on a pragmatic tone today as the moon forms a sextile to Saturn in your money sector. This is an excellent day for reviewing budgets, planning future expenses, or considering long-term financial strategies. Your natural Virgo attention to detail serves you well in financial matters today. An unexpected expense related to communication technology or transportation might arise as Mercury forms a challenging aspect to Uranus. While this could temporarily disrupt your carefully planned budget, your preparedness likely means you have resources set aside for such contingencies. For Virgos considering investments, today's energy supports thorough research rather than immediate action. The current cosmic climate suggests gathering information, consulting trusted advisors, and taking a measured approach. Impulsive financial decisions are not favored, which aligns well with your naturally cautious approach to money matters. A conversation with a friend or colleague might present an interesting financial opportunity, particularly one related to shared resources or collaborative ventures. While worth exploring, maintain your typical Virgo thoroughness in evaluating all aspects before committing. Lucky elements for today. Your lucky color today is deep indigo, which resonates with the third eye chakra and supports your heightened intuitive abilities. Numbers that carry special significance today are 4, 17, and 23. Notice if these appear in your day and consider their potential messages. Malachite would be a particularly supportive crystal to carry today, as it helps balance analytical thinking with heart-centered awareness, a combination that serves you well under current cosmic conditions. Your lucky direction is south, and spending time facing this direction during meditation or important conversations may enhance positive outcomes. Planetary influences in detail. Mercury, your ruling planet, is particularly influential today as it forms aspects with both Neptune and Uranus. This creates a dynamic wherein your typical logical thinking is enhanced by unexpected intuitive insights. Don't dismiss ideas that seem to come from nowhere. Your subconscious mind is especially active today. The sun in Taurus illuminating your 9th house brings attention to matters of higher education, travel, publishing, and spiritual exploration. If you've been considering advancing your education or planning an important trip, today's energy supports taking concrete steps toward these goals. Venus in Gemini affecting your 10th house suggests that charm and diplomatic communication will be particularly effective in professional settings today. You may find that a softer approach yields better results than purely logical arguments, even for practically minded Virgos. Mars in Cáncer activating your 11th house brings energy and possibly some tension to your social networks and group affiliations. You may feel called to take action on behalf of a community you value, or to address dynamics within a team or organization that require renovation. Saturn's influence on your daily work sector continues to ask for structured approaches and disciplined habits. Today, this energy is particularly focused on creating sustainable routines that support your long-term health and productivity. Challenges and opportunities. The primary challenge today involves balancing your natural desire for certainty and clear plans against a cosmic energy that favors flexibility and intuitive navigation. Your Virgo nature prefers clear roadmaps and detailed strategies, but today's planetary influences suggest that being overly rigid might cause you to miss valuable opportunities that arrive in unexpected forms. Another challenging aspect involves communication around sensitive topics. With Mercury in aspect to both dreamy Neptune and unpredictable Uranus, conversations may take unexpected turns. Prepare yourself to adapt if discussions don't follow your anticipated script, particularly in close relationships. The most significant opportunity lies in the integration of your analytical strengths with more intuitive approaches. Today's energy offers Virgos a chance to expand their typical problem-solving toolkit to include more creative and holistic methods. This integration could lead to breakthroughs in areas where purely logical approaches have reached their limits. For creative Virgos, today offers exceptional conditions for projects that combine detailed technique with artistic expression. Writers may find words flowing more easily, artists might discover new techniques, and musicians could experience unexpected inspiration. Don't let your inner critic interfere with this creative flow. You can refine and perfect later. Advice for the DAY: start your day with a clear intention, but remain flexible about how events unfold. Your natural planning abilities serve you well as a foundation, but today's energy rewards those who can adapt to changing circumstances. Practice conscious breathing whenever you notice tension or anxiety arising. Simple 4 to 7 to 8 breathing, inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale for 8, can help maintain your center during potentially stressful moments. Pay special attention to synchronicities and recurring themes today. Your rational mind might initially dismiss these as coincidences, but they could contain valuable guidance about your current path. Consider keeping a thought journal today, as your mental insights may come rapidly and contain more wisdom than immediately apparent. The act of writing helps your methodical Virgo mind process and integrate intuitive flashes that might otherwise be dismissed. Set healthy boundaries around your time and energy, especially with those who tend to rely heavily on your problem-solving abilities. Your helpfulness is one of your greatest strengths, but today, it's important to reserve some mental bandwidth for your own priorities. Compatibility with other signs today: water signs, Cáncer, Scorpio, Pisces, offer particularly supportive energy today. Their emotional intelligence complements your practical approach, creating balanced interactions. A Cancerian friend might provide just the emotional insight you need for a personal situation, while a Scorpio colleague could help you see strategic angles you've overlooked. Fellow Earth signs Taurus, Capricorn provide stabilizing energy that helps you feel secure and understood. A conversation with a Taurus friend might help clarify your thinking about a practical matter, while a Capricorn's strategic vision could help you place current challenges in a broader context. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, bring stimulating mental energy that could either invigorate or overwhelm you today, depending on your current state. These interactions are intellectually productive, but may require energy management to prevent mental fatigue. Fire signs Aries, Leo, Sagittarius bring challenging but potentially rewarding dynamics today. Their enthusiasm and spontaneity may initially clash with your methodical approach, but if navigated consciously, these interactions can help you break through self-imposed limitations. Long-term trends affecting today's experiences connect to a larger pattern of intellectual and spiritual growth that began several months ago when Jupiter entered your 9th house. This transit, which continues for several more months, is gradually expanding your worldview and encouraging you to seek knowledge that extends beyond practical application into more philosophical realms. Saturn's ongoing transit through your 6th house of daily work and health continues to restructure your approaches to routine, service, and self-care. Today's events may highlight areas where greater discipline serves your highest good, particularly regarding time management and health practices. The North Node's position suggests that your evolutionary path currently involves balancing analytical thinking with intuitive knowing, a theme strongly emphasized in today's cosmic weather. Each time you successfully integrate these seemingly opposite approaches, you take a step forward on your spiritual journey. Pluto's transformative energy continues to work in your fifth house of creativity and self-expression, gradually revealing aspects of your creative potential that may have been previously hidden or suppressed. Today's intuitive insights might connect to this deeper transformational process. Mindfulness practice for today. A particularly effective mindfulness practice for Virgo today involves what might be called conscious observation without analysis. Find a comfortable position and focus your attention on your immediate environment. Notice colors, shapes, sounds, and textures without labeling, categorizing, or evaluating them. When your analytical mind begins to engage, as it naturally will, gently redirect your attention to pure observation. This practice helps balance your naturally active mental processes with present moment awareness, creating space for intuitive insights that might otherwise be drowned out by analytical thinking. Even 5 minutes of this practice at midday could significantly enhance your experience of today's unique cosmic energy. As the day concludes, take a few moments to reflect on instances where intuition and analysis work together harmoniously in your experience. Recognizing and appreciating these integrated moments helps reinforce new neural pathways that support this balanced approach to processing information and making decisions. The cosmic message for Virgo today centers on the integration of seemingly opposite approaches, detailed analysis and intuitive knowing, structured planning and flexible adaptation, self-reliance and collaborative connection. As you navigate this day with awareness, you're developing capacities that will serve you well in the months and years ahead. The cosmic landscape on April 28, 2025, presents a fascinating array of planetary influences for Virgo natives. The Sun will be firmly positioned at approximately 8 degrees in earthy Taurus, creating a harmonious trine aspect to your Virgo energy. This Sun placement in your fellow Earth sign activates your ninth house of higher learning, philosophy, and expansion, encouraging you to broaden your intellectual horizons and explore new belief systems. The Taurian Sun's methodical energy complements your analytical nature, providing stable ground for spiritual or educational pursuits. Mercury, your ruling planet, will be positioned at approximately 20 degrees Aries in your 8th house of shared resources, transformation, and psychological depths. This creates an interesting dynamic as Mercury in fiery Aries brings quick thinking and direct communication to areas of life that typically require sensitivity and nuance. You might find yourself more forthright about financial matters, inheritance issues, or intimate relationships. This position encourages breaking through mental blocks regarding taboo subjects, but be mindful that your words may carry more impact than intended. Venus will be situated at around 15 degrees in Gemini, activating your 10th house of career, public image, and authority. This beneficial placement brings a social grace and charm to your professional endeavors. Networking opportunities may arise unexpectedly, and your ability to communicate your ideas with both precision and charm will be enhanced. Professional relationships could flourish under this influence, potentially bringing financial benefits or recognition from authority figures. Mars, the planet of action and drive, will be positioned in Cancer in your 11th house of social networks, friendships, and future goals. This creates an interesting dynamic as Mars' assertive energy is somewhat softened in the emotional sign of Cancer. You may feel a protective impulse toward your social circle or community projects. Your energy will be directed toward nurturing long-term aspirations and supporting group efforts. This is an excellent time to take initiative within organizations or collaborative ventures, but be aware that your emotions may be more closely tied to the success or failure of these endeavors. Jupiter, the great benefic, will be in Gemini in your career sector, forming a supportive sextile to your sun sign. This presents a period of professional expansion and opportunity. The planet of growth and abundance in your 10th house suggests that your reputation and standing in your field could see significant enhancement. Look for opportunities to showcase your analytical abilities and problem-solving skills, as they're likely to attract positive attention from those in positions of influence. Saturn, the taskmaster planet, continues its journey through Pisces in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. This creates a somewhat challenging opposition to your Virgo energy, asking you to establish clearer boundaries and more structured approaches to one-on-one relationships. Today specifically, Saturn forms an uncomfortable aspect with Mercury, suggesting potential miscommunications or delays in contractual matters. Patience will be essential when dealing with partners, whether personal or professional. Uranus in Taurus forms a harmonious trine to your sun sign, while activating your 9th house alongside the sun. This combination could bring sudden insights or unexpected opportunities for growth through education, travel, or spiritual exploration. You might encounter revolutionary ideas that challenge your traditional thinking, but ultimately expand your worldview in beneficial ways. This is an excellent time to embrace new technological tools or unconventional approaches to learning. Neptune in Aries occupies your 8th house, creating some potential for confusion around shared resources or financial matters. The placement forms a challenging square to your Virgo energy, potentially clouding your typically precise judgment in these areas. Be particularly careful with investments, loans, or any financial entanglements on this day. Double-check details and perhaps delay major financial decisions if possible. Pluto, having recently moved into Aquarius, activates your 6th house of daily work, health routines, and service. This transformative planet is bringing profound changes to your work environment and daily habits. On April 28th specifically, Pluto forms a helpful sextile to the Sun, suggesting that changes in your workplace or health regimen could have unexpectedly positive effects on your philosophical outlook or educational pursuits. The Moon on this particular day will be in Leo, moving through your 12th house of the unconscious, spirituality, and hidden matters. This creates an interesting dynamic where your emotional energy is directed inward, perhaps towards spiritual insights or processing subconscious material. You may feel a stronger than usual need for privacy and contemplation. Dreams could be particularly vivid and meaningful, potentially offering insights into unresolved issues. The North Node in Aries in your 8th house suggests that soul growth comes through facing fears around intimacy, vulnerability, and shared resources. Today's planetary configuration emphasizes this evolutionary path, encouraging you to step beyond your comfort zone in matters relating to deep emotional connections and financial interdependence. The most significant aspect pattern for you on April 28th involves a T-square between Mercury in Aries, Saturn in Pisces, and the Moon in Leo. This creates tension that primarily affects your communication, relationships, and inner emotional life. The practical implication is that you may feel torn between expressing yourself directly, Mercury in Aries, meeting relationship obligations, Saturn in Pisces, and honoring your need for emotional authenticity and creative expression, Leo Moon. Chiron, the wounded healer, sits in Aries in your 8th house, forming a conjunction with Mercury. This suggests that communications today may touch on sensitive areas or old wounds, particularly around issues of trust, intimacy, or shared resources. However, this same aspect offers healing potential if you're willing to voice concerns that you've previously kept hidden. The asteroid Pallas, Athena in Capricorn, forms a grand trine with your Sun's sign and the Taurus placements, enhancing your strategic thinking and practical wisdom. This supportive configuration can help you navigate the day's more challenging aspects with grace and foresight. Your ability to develop effective strategies for long-term success is particularly enhanced. For Virgo specifically, These planetary positions highlight a day where balancing practical matters with higher learning becomes essential. Your typically meticulous nature receives cosmic support for expanding beyond familiar boundaries while maintaining the precision that is your hallmark. The Earth trine between the Taurus sun and your Virgo energy provides stable ground from which to explore the more challenging aspects of the day's celestial landscape. For Virgo, on April 28, 2025, Mercury's position in Gemini creates a particularly vibrant day for your communication style. This air sign placement activates your 10th house of career and public image, giving your words extra weight and influence in professional settings. You'll notice your thoughts flowing with exceptional clarity today, especially when explaining complex concepts or presenting ideas to authority figures. The Mercury-Jupiter trine that's forming enhances your natural analytical abilities while adding a touch of expansiveness that Virgos sometimes struggle to access. Your typically precise communication style becomes infused with inspirational qualities that others find compelling. Today's lunar position in Libra enhances your diplomatic abilities, making this an excellent day for negotiations, mediation, or sensitive conversations that require tact. You'll find yourself naturally balancing the detailed approach you prefer with a newfound appreciation for aesthetic elements of communication. This is particularly useful if you need to pitch ideas, create presentations, or craft important emails that need both substance and style. Mars in your third house is creating some tension with Saturn, which may manifest as inner conflict between wanting to express yourself boldly versus holding back out of perfectionism. This aspect challenges you to find balance between assertiveness and restraint in your communications. Be aware that you might feel occasional frustration when others don't match your level of precision in conversation or written exchanges. Venus makes a favorable aspect to your ruling planet Mercury today, softening your delivery and making your words more palatable to others. This cosmic blessing helps you communicate difficult information with grace. Your analytical insights become easier for others to receive when delivered with this Venusian touch. Pay attention to nonverbal cues today, as you'll be unusually perceptive about what isn't being said. Neptune's position suggests potential confusion in digital communications, so double-check important emails or messages before sending. The dreamy influence of Neptune can occasionally cloud your typically clear thinking, especially regarding virtual communications. Be particularly careful with nuance in text messages or emails where tone can be misinterpreted. The Sun-Pluto sextile active today empowers your words with transformative potential. Something you express could have profound impact on someone close to you, possibly changing how they perceive an important life situation. Your analytical observations carry unusual depth and psychological insight today, allowing you to articulate patterns and solutions others have missed. For creative Virgos, this is an exceptional day for writing projects, especially those requiring both technical precision and imaginative flair. Your ability to structure information while maintaining reader engagement is heightened. Teachers, writers, and communicators among Virgos will find their skills particularly enhanced. In personal relationships, you're able to express feelings with more emotional intelligence than usual. The Mercury-Moon connection facilitates conversations about needs and boundaries that might normally feel uncomfortable. This cosmic support helps you bridge the gap between logical analysis and emotional expression, something that can sometimes be challenging for your Earth sign sensibilities. For Virgos working in collaborative environments, today's aspects support clear articulation of your contributions while maintaining team harmony. You'll find it easier to assert your expertise without coming across as overly critical or perfectionist. Team meetings and brainstorming sessions benefit from your structured approach to problem solving, especially when you consciously soften your delivery. If you've been postponing difficult conversations, today's energy supports addressing them with both clarity and compassion. Your natural tendency toward precision in language helps ensure your message is understood, while planetary aspects add necessary warmth to prevent your words from feeling too clinical or detached. Pay special attention to communication technologies. Today, Mercury's influence might highlight issues with devices or software that need updating. Addressing these promptly prevents future miscommunications. Consider backing up important documents or messages as a precautionary measure. For those studying or learning new skills, today's mental acuity supports absorbing technical information with greater ease than usual. Take advantage by tackling complex material or refining skills that require attention to detail. Language learning, technical writing, or data analysis flow particularly well under today's influences. April 28, 2025 brings a pivotal financial day for Virgo as Mercury forms a productive trine with Jupiter in your 8th house of shared resources. This celestial configuration opens doors to financial collaborations that have been developing behind the scenes for weeks. Your analytical abilities are particularly sharp today, allowing you to spot inefficiencies in your budget that others might miss. The moon in Capricorn reinforces your practical approach to finances, making this an excellent time to review investment strategies or consider restructuring debt. Venus, positioned in your career sector, suggests that financial opportunities may come through professional connections or workplace achievements. Perhaps a project you've been meticulously developing will finally receive the monetary recognition it deserves. Be particularly attentive to communications arriving mid-afternoon, as they may contain subtle financial opportunities requiring quick but thoughtful response. Saturn's influence cautions against impulsive spending, encouraging instead a methodical approach to wealth building. Your natural Virgoan precision serves you well today, especially when examining contractual details or financial agreements. The day's energy supports careful planning rather than spontaneous financial moves. Consider setting aside time to organize tax documents or review subscription services that might be quietly draining resources. Investment opportunities related to health, technology, or service industries show particular promise. A financial mentor or advisor could provide valuable insights if consulted today. Your receptivity to expert guidance is heightened. While your natural tendency might be to handle everything independently, Jupiter's expansive energy suggests that pooling resources with trusted allies could multiply returns. Pay special attention to recurring patterns in your spending habits, as Mars highlights areas where financial leakage may be occurring. The afternoon presents a window for negotiation, particularly regarding loans or shared financial responsibilities. Your communication skills are enhanced, allowing you to articulate your financial needs with unusual clarity. Avoid making decisions based solely on others' opinions. Your intuition about money matters is especially accurate today. Look for opportunities to leverage your specialized skills into additional income streams. A side project begun today has significant growth potential over the next 6 months. The 4:30 p.m. aspect between Mercury and Uranus may bring unexpected news regarding a past investment or financial decision that suddenly bears fruit. Remain flexible, as last-minute adjustments to financial plans may be necessary but ultimately beneficial. The evening hours favor detailed financial planning, particularly for long-term goals like retirement or property investment. A conservative approach serves you best today, though an overly cautious stance could cause you to miss valuable opportunities. Balance is key. Consider setting financial boundaries with family members or associates whose spending habits might impact your own stability. Resources that come your way today are likely the result of past disciplined efforts rather than luck. Acknowledge your own role in creating these opportunities. The numerical vibration of the day supports methodical financial analysis rather than emotional decisions. Your ability to distinguish between needs and wants is heightened, making this an excellent time to revisit your budget priorities. As the day concludes, Jupiter's influence expands your awareness of abundance possibilities that align with your core values and authentic self-expression. The cosmic alignment on April 28, 2025, creates several pockets of good fortune for Virgo natives. With the Sun firmly established in Taurus, your ninth house of higher learning, philosophy, and long-distance travel receives abundant solar energy. This placement illuminates your quest for meaning and expansion, making it an exceptionally fortunate day for educational pursuits, publishing endeavors, and planning or embarking on journeys that broaden your horizons. Mercury, your ruling planet, forms a harmonious trine with Jupiter in the early hours, opening channels for intellectual growth and lucky communications. This creates a particularly fortunate atmosphere around academic achievements, legal matters, and any situation where your attention to detail combines with big-picture thinking. Conversations initiated today carry an energy of expansion and prosperity. The moon in Cancer on this date activates your 11th house of community, friendships, and long-term aspirations. This emotional alignment brings fortunate connections through your social networks. Group activities, team projects, and collaborative efforts are especially blessed today. An unexpected introduction through a friend or colleague could lead to significant opportunities that align perfectly with your deepest hopes. Venus and Mars dance in a productive aspect, creating a harmonious flow between your career sector and financial realm. This cosmic conversation favors professional advancement that directly improves your material security. Workplace recognition, new client acquisition, or appreciation for your methodical approach may translate to financial benefits. Consider this an auspicious day to discuss compensation or to showcase your skills to decision makers. Uranus, positioned in your sector of shared resources, receives positive aspects from both Saturn